Hi and welcome to Step 2 of the 12 Steps to Effective Networking. I'm Sean, Sydney's leading networking coach. Today we're talking about the attitude of effective networking. And really this is one of the most significant parts of the 12 Steps to Effective Networking. If you get this part right, everything else will fall into place. Yes, everything else of the 12 steps will come naturally. If you don't get this part, everything else is just going to sort of be insequential. It really is not going to make a difference. This is it. This is the biggest part of the 12 steps to effective networking. And this is the one I really want you to focus on the most. Because the attitude of effective networking carries through the rest of the 10 steps. It really is the most significant part of networking and the significant part of how successful networkers apply their trade. So let's focus on this part really well, and then we can really make sure that the next 10 steps follow easily. So what is it? What makes successful networkers tick? What makes them become successful at networking? Well, it all starts from the way we approach networking. Networking is a two-way street, and it's about building long-term business relationships, as we spoke about in the power of networking. When you go to networking events or when you meet new people, you both have something interesting to share. You're both there to meet the ideal client. You're both there to create new partnerships and relationships. Networking is choosing to develop those strong and mutually beneficial relationships by giving and not expecting anything back in return. Because if you both go there to expect something and not willing to give anything, you're not going to build long-term business relationships. You have to go there with the mindset of wanting to give something, wanting to build relationships, and wanting to empower the other person's business so that they believe that there's something in it for them. And if you approach that way, you do what most successful networkers do and are committed to doing when they're meeting new people. So what is a trait of successful networkers? Well, how will you feel if you approach something when you're willing to give something and not expect anything back in return? And if you're willing to do that, if you feel good about giving and not expecting anything back in return, you're starting to act like a successful networker. Let go of all your expectations for any outcomes. And if you just approach something by being friendly, sincere, and interested in learning about people, you automatically feel people accepted and appreciated. And in turn, they'll feel more positive about who you are and what you do and willing to invest back in that relationship. So ultimately, the trait of successful networkers is an attitude of giving. Giving first and expecting nothing back in return. Is that something you believe you can do? Because if you can, you'll start to approach networking events the way successful networkers do. And really, you'll start seeing the benefits of effective networking. I mean, there are other traits to effective networking: giving referrals and recommendation, being positive in your attitude, being enthusiastic, trustworthy, good listeners, thanking people, enjoying and helping people, being sincere about your approach of networking, and continuously working and engaging with your network and your business community that you've developed. These are all part of effective networking. One aspect I really want to touch on now is the aspect of making referrals and recommendations on behalf of others. It's one of probably the most important activity you can do as an effective networker. And it's something probably most of us don't do enough of because we're so focused about our interests and how busy we are, and all those kind of things, and all the issues we have in our businesses. But it's important to make sure that you make the effort to bring people in our community, I guess, together, all right, and make sure that our network is interconnected as much as possible. And when you become the go-to person, when you start making those recommendations, when people start asking you for recommendation referrals, your circle of influence starts to grow. And really, it's all about giving generously without really keeping score. And you'll be a lot more effective in building your social networks if you keep your intentions pure. Because when you give and you empower other people's businesses without expecting anything back in return, you make those referrals, you make those recommendations because you really want to enhance their business, you'll find that will automatically build your business. It'll automatically grow your business, and people will be far more willing to give back into your business because you've invested in their relationship first. Okay? So how can you give? Well, you can connect someone to a friend. You can connect someone to a business. You can connect someone to the ideal client. You can connect them to an awesome resource, and you can connect them to an organization. So the question is, how can you give? This is one of the most important things. How can you start giving today? With the attitude of giving, what will you focus to do at every networking opportunity? There are 3 things I want you to take away from step 2, the attitude of successful networkers. And if you can do these 3 things correctly, your networking is going to grow and really take root here. So this is the foundation. Get these 3 things correct, and everything else will follow naturally. Alright, so the first thing is focus each conversation on how you can add value with your skills, experiences, and contacts. How can you add value? How can you empower the connection you've just met? And that should be an absolute first focus on every connection you make. How can you build on this relationship? 2, focus on planting a seed and building a long-term business relationship. It's not about making a sale. It's about giving and empowering that business. Plant a seed for a long-term business relationship. If you can do this, business will grow. 3, focus on giving and expecting nothing back in return. Give first, expect nothing back in return. The trait of successful networkers. To start embracing the mindset of successful networkers, I want you to think of 3 people you can give and share with today. Who are the 3 people? I want you to work out who they are, how you can give, and when you're going to start doing it. And if you approach this every day with the same mindset, think of 1 person every day from now on who you can give something to, who you can empower, add value in your skills, experience, and contacts, and plant that long-term seed of a long-term relationship, expecting nothing back in return. Your business will grow. You'll become you're able to leverage your network and your contacts, and you'll be able to see the power of effective networking. I look forward to hearing how you're giving in your business to your network. Good luck, and I'll see you at step 3 in the next few days.